anything. But if you put in the work, adjust your mindset and stay focused, the rewards will come. So today I'm giving you 10 ways to improve your mentality. First of all, guard your mind like a treasure. Your mind is the most valuable thing you own. It's the command center of your life, the engine that drives every decision you make. If your mind is cluttered with negativity, doubt, and garbage, you are going to struggle to move forward. But if you fill it with knowledge, wisdom, and positive energy, you become unstoppable. The problem is that too many people treat their minds like a public trash can, letting anybody and anything dump whatever they want into it. You wouldn't let just anybody walk into your house and track mud on your floors. So why let them do it to your mind? Negativity is like a virus. It spreads and infects. And if you are not careful, it will take over. Some of you wonder why you are always stressed, anxious, or feeling stuck because you have surrounded yourself with people who do nothing but complain, gossip, and drag you down. You have to start filtering what comes into your space. If the conversations around you are always about problems instead of solutions, about what can be done instead of what's possible, it's time to change your environment. Social media, TV, and news cycles can be some of the biggest thieves of mental peace. Every time you scroll through negativity, arguments, or toxic content, you are feeding your mind poison. You have to be selective about what you consume. It's fine to stay informed, but if all you are taking in is fear, bad news, and distractions, how do you expect to stay motivated? Start being intentional about what you read, what you watch, and who you listen to. Your future depends on it. And let's talk about self-talk. The most dangerous voice you'll ever hear is your own. If you are constantly telling yourself you are not good enough, that you can't do it, that you'll never make it, guess what? You are programming your mind to believe it. Your words have power and they shape your reality. You need to start speaking life into yourself, even when you don't feel like it. I am capable. I am strong. I am built for greatness. Say it until you believe it. Some of you have dreams, goals, and ideas that could change your life, but the wrong people in your ear have talked you out of them. You let their fears become your fears. You let their doubts become your doubts. You need to start guarding your dreams the same way you would protect your most valuable possessions. Everybody isn't meant to have access to their vision. If they can't see it, that's on them. Stop waiting for approval from people who don't even believe in themselves. Guarding your mind doesn't mean living in a bubble, ignoring reality, or pretending everything is perfect. It means being selective about what you allow to shape your thoughts, influence your decisions, and control your emotions. Life will throw challenges at you. There's no avoiding that. But how you handle them depends on what you have been feeding your mind. If you've been pouring in faith, knowledge, and positivity, you will be able to stand strong no matter what comes your way. Your mindset determines your direction. If you let the world fill your head with fear, you'll live in fear. If you let failure define you, you'll stay stuck. But if you train your mind for success, surround yourself with the right influences, and protect your thoughts like your life depends on it, because it does, you'll start seeing real change. Life is not fair. Everybody knows that. But sitting around complaining about it won't change a thing. Some people waste so much time talking about what they don't have, what went wrong, and who made them dirty, but none of that is moving them forward. The truth is, life doesn't owe you anything. If you want something, you have to go get it. Complaining might make you feel better in the moment, but it doesn't solve the problem. Action does. Look at every successful person you admire who has been through something. They have struggled, they have failed, they have been overlooked, underestimated, and counted out. The difference is they didn't sit in their pain and complain about it. They got up and did something. You have got the same choice. You can sit there and feel sorry for yourself, or you can start making moves. The moment you decide to stop focusing on what's wrong and start working on what's possible, that's when things begin to change. People complain about not having opportunities, but when's the last time you created one? Some folks are waiting for a perfect situation, a perfect moment, or for somebody to come save them. Newsflash, nobody's coming. You have got to take control of your own life. You don't need permission to chase your dreams. You don't need somebody to give you a green light. You need to stop talking about what you are going to do someday and start making today count. Excuses will rob you of your future if you let them. I don't have enough time. What are you doing with the time you have? I don't have the resources. Then use what you have got until you can get more. I don't know where to start. Then start anywhere. The problem isn't that you can, it's that you won't. Stop making excuses for why you are not where you want to be and start making moves to get there. Everybody goes through hard times, but not everybody lets those hard times define them. You have been through storms before, and you are still standing. That means you have got strength in you. You have overcome things you thought would break you, yet here you are. That alone should tell you that you are capable. But if you spend all your time focusing on what's gone wrong, you'll never see the possibilities of what can go right. The truth is, people don't like hearing this because it forces them to take responsibility. It's easy to blame circumstances, people, or bad luck. But the moment you take ownership of your life, your choices, your habits, your effort, you take back your power. If you want something different, do something different. Get up earlier, stay up later, put in extra work, take risks, learn new skills, and connect with people who are doing what you want to do. Whatever it takes, just do something. The only way to move forward is to start moving. You are not going to think your way into success. You are not going to talk your way into greatness. You have to work your way into it. Change happens when you decide that your future is more important than your frustration, and when your actions match your ambition. Complaining is easy, but progress takes effort. So stop waiting, stop wishing, and start walking toward the life you want. You get in life what you tolerate. If you accept average, that's exactly what you'll get. If you settle for less than you deserve, don't be surprised when life keeps handing you scraps. The problem isn't always that life is unfair. It's that too many people are walking around with no standards, no expectations, and no boundaries. You have to raise the bar for yourself. You have to decide what you will and will not accept, what you will and will not allow, and what you will and will not become. Some people lower their standards just to fit in. They shrink themselves to make others comfortable. They accept toxic relationships, dead-end jobs, and mediocre effort because they are afraid to demand more. But let me tell you something. If you don't set the standard for your own life, the world will do it for you, and it won't be in your favor. You have to take control and say, this is what I expect from myself. This is what I expect from the people around me, and anything less than that is not welcome in my life. Your standards affect every part of your life. The way you treat yourself, the way you let people treat you, the goals you set, the work you put in, it all comes down to what you demand of yourself. If you allow laziness, you get left behind. If you tolerate disrespect, you'll get walked over. If you settle for average, you'll never reach greatness. You have to stop waiting for somebody else to validate your work and start setting the standard for what you will and won't accept. Some of you need to take a hard look at your environment. Who are you surrounding yourself with? If your circle is full of people who don't challenge you, don't push you, and don't inspire you, then you need a new circle. Stop hanging around folks who don't have ambition, who make excuses, who drain your energy instead of lifting you. Your life is a reflection of the standards you keep. And if you surround yourself with people who accept less, you'll start accepting less too. Raising your standards doesn't mean you think you are better than other people. It means you respect yourself enough to demand more. It means you understand that your time, your energy, and your effort are valuable. Some of you have been selling yourself short, selling for situations that don't align with your potential, all because you're afraid of rocking the boat. But let me tell you, the moment you decide to raise your standards, some people will fall away, and that's okay. The right people will rise to meet you, and the wrong ones will remove themselves. You have to set a standard for how you treat yourself, too. That means self-discipline, self-respect, and self-care. It means holding yourself accountable. You can't expect excellence from life if you are not putting in excellent effort. You can't expect success if you're only giving half of what you have got. The way you talk to yourself, the way you take care of your body, the way you invest in your mind, those are all reflections of the standards you live by. If you want more, you have to demand more from yourself first. Every breakthrough in life starts with a decision. The decision to stop settling. The decision to stop allowing nonsense. The decision to start demanding more from yourself, from your relationships, from your career, from your future. When you set higher standards and back them up with action, everything in your life begins to shift. You stop attracting things that drain you, and you start attracting things that elevate you. Life will always give you what you are willing to accept, so make sure your standards are set high. Life will test you. You will go through storms. You will face setbacks, and you will have moments when you feel like you can't take another step. That's why you need faith. When everything around you is shaking, when life doesn't make sense, and when the odds seem stacked against you, faith is what keeps you standing. It's knowing that even when you don't see a way, there is a way. It's trusting that the delays, the struggles, and the closed doors are all part of a bigger plan. Some of you are trying to do everything on your own, and that's why you are exhausted. You are carrying burdens that are too heavy, trying to fix things that are out of your control. But when you keep faith at the center, you don't have to carry it all by yourself. You learn to let go of what's beyond you and focus on what you can do. You stop worrying about every little detail and start trusting that things will work out the way they are supposed to. Faith isn't about having all the answers. It's about believing even when you don't. It's about walking forward even when you can't see the whole path. Too many people quit the moment things get tough because they don't have that foundation of faith. They panic, they doubt, and they fall apart. But when you put God first, you know that no setback is final, no struggle is permanent, and no problem is bigger than the power guiding you. Some of you have been praying for things, but the moment life gets difficult, you start doubting. You can't have faith one day and fear the next. You can't say you trust the process, but then panic when things take longer than expected. Real faith means standing firm even when it looks like nothing is happening. It means believing that the same God who brought you through before will bring you through again. Keeping faith at the center also means staying grateful. Some people spend so much time focusing on what's missing that they forget to appreciate what they have. If you woke up this morning, you have something to be thankful for. If you have ever made it through something you thought would break you, that's proof you are being covered. Gratitude shifts your mindset. Instead of focusing on what's wrong, you start seeing how much is already right. Faith doesn't mean life will be easy. It doesn't mean you won't face struggles. It means you'll have the strength to keep going even when things don't go your way. It means you understand that failure isn't the end, rejection isn't the final word, and your current situation is not your final destination. Faith gives you endurance. It gives you courage. It gives you peace when nothing else makes sense. When you keep God and faith at the center, you stop chasing after things that don't serve you. You stop forcing doors that aren't meant for you. You stop letting fear make your decisions. Instead, you move with confidence, knowing that no matter what happens, you are covered, you are guided, and you are being led exactly where you need to be. Most people are scared of failure like it's some kind of disease. They avoid it, they run from it, and they let it keep them stuck in the same place for years. But let me tell you something. Failure is not your enemy. Failure is one of the greatest teachers you will ever have. Every successful person you know has failed. Every champion has lost. Every winner has had moments where they felt defeated. The difference is that they didn't let failure define them, they let it refine them. Failure is proof that you are trying. The only people who never fail are the ones who never do anything. If you are out here taking risks, chasing dreams, and pushing yourself, you are going to fail sometimes. That's part of the process. But every time you fail, you learn something. You learn what doesn't work, you learn what needs to be adjusted, you learn what you are truly made of. The problem isn't failing. The problem is quitting when you fail. Some of you are letting one failure make you give up completely. You started a business and it didn't work out, so now you don't even try anymore. You got rejected once, and now you assume every door is closed. But what if that failure was just a lesson? What if it was just the first step towards something even bigger? Too many people stop at the first sign of failure when they are only one step away from a breakthrough. Failure also builds character. When everything comes easy, you don't develop resilience. You don't develop strength. It's the struggles, the setbacks, and the failures that shape you into the person you need to become. Every time you fall and get back up, you are building the mindset of a winner. You are developing grit, determination, and the ability to handle challenges without breaking down. That's what separates the greats from everybody else. If you look at failure the right way, it's a blessing. It forces you to grow. It forces you to think differently. It forces you to push past your limits. Some of the best things in life come out of failure. A failed business teaches you how to build a better one. A failed relationship teaches you what you need and what you won't accept. A failed attempt at something shows you a new way to approach it. But if you let failure make you afraid, you'll never get to the next level. The reason most people don't succeed isn't because they are not capable. It's because they let the fear of failure stop them before they even start. They sit on great ideas. They avoid taking risks and they play it safe because they don't want to fail. But playing it safe is the riskiest thing you can do because it guarantees that you'll stay exactly where you are. You have to be willing to take the risk, fall, and get back up stronger. The most successful people aren't the ones who never fail. They are the ones who fail the most and keep going. They take every loss as a lesson, every mistake as a stepping stone, and every setback as a setup for something greater. The moment you stop fearing failure and start embracing it, you become unstoppable. Words are powerful. The things people say to you and the things you say to yourself can either push you forward or hold you back. Too many people let the wrong voices shape their mindset, their confidence, and their future. You have to be careful who you listen to because not everybody speaking into your life has your best interests at heart. Some people will plant seeds of doubt, fear, and negativity in your mind. And if you are not careful, you'll start believing them. Some people will project their fears onto you. They don't believe in themselves, so they don't want you to believe in yourself either. They never chased their dreams, so they'll tell you that yours are impossible. They never took risks, so they'll try to convince you to play it safe. And if you are not strong enough in your vision, you'll let their limitations become your reality. You have to learn to filter what you hear and only accept the words that build you up. Be mindful of who you share your dreams with. Not everybody clapping for you is genuinely happy for you. Some people will smile in your face but secretly hope you fail. They'll act supportive until you start doing better than them. That's why you have to be selective. If someone always has something negative to say, if they always find reasons why you can't instead of ways that you can, they don't need to have access to your vision. Your circle has a direct impact on your mentality. If you are constantly around people who complain, who gossip, who doubt, and who settle, it's only a matter of time before you start doing the same. On the other hand, if you surround yourself with people who think big, who take action, and who encourage and push you, that energy will rub off on you too. The people you listen to the most will shape your mindset, so choose wisely. Even family can speak the wrong things into your life. Just because someone loves you doesn't mean they know what's best for you. Sometimes their advice comes from a place of fear or past failures. They mean well, but they don't see the vision the way you do. If you know deep down that you are supposed to be doing something bigger, don't let the opinions of others talk you out of it. You have to trust what's in your heart, even if nobody else sees it yet. You also have to be careful about what you tell yourself. Sometimes the most dangerous words don't come from others, they come from inside. If you constantly tell yourself that you are not good enough, that you're going to fail, or that you don't have what it takes, you are setting yourself up for defeat before you even begin. You have to start speaking life over yourself. Speak confidence. Speak faith. Speak success. Your voice should be your biggest source of motivation. What you allow to be spoken into your life determines the direction you go. Negative voices will drain you, distract you, and discourage you. But the right voices, the ones that uplift, inspire, and challenge you, will push you to new levels. You have to guard your mind like a gate and only let in the words that push you toward greatness. Too many people never get started because they are waiting for the perfect moment. They hesitate, they overthink, and they convince themselves they are not ready. But the truth is, perfection is a trap. It will keep you stuck, keep you doubting, and keep you from ever making a move. You don't need to be perfect to start. You just need to start. Success isn't about getting everything right the first time. It's about making progress one step at a time. Some of you are holding back because you're afraid of making mistakes. But mistakes are part of the journey. Nobody gets it right on the first try. Every expert was once a beginner. Every master was once a student. And every successful person had moments when they stumble. What matters isn't whether you fall. It's whether you get back up and keep moving forward. Progress comes from learning, adjusting, and growing, not from waiting until everything is flawless. Perfectionism will rob you of opportunities. If you are always waiting to have the perfect skills, the perfect timing, or the perfect plan, you'll miss out on chances that could change your life. The best way to learn is by doing. You don't have to know everything. You just have to be willing to take the first step and figure it out along the way. The people who win in life aren't the ones who waited for perfection. They are the ones who took imperfect action and kept improving. Every small step counts. Too many people don't celebrate their progress because they only focus on how far they still have to go. But if you are better than you were yesterday, that's a victory. If you are learning, growing, and moving forward, that's success. Stop comparing yourself to people who are further ahead. Compare yourself to who you were last week, last month, or last year. Progress is personal, and as long as you keep moving, you are on the right track. Fear of imperfection keeps a lot of people from sharing their talents. They don't speak up because they're afraid of saying the wrong thing. They don't apply for the job because they're afraid they're not qualified. They don't chase their dreams because they're afraid of looking foolish. But let me tell you something. Nobody is paying as much attention to your flaws as you are. People respect the effort. They respect authenticity. They respect someone who tries, even if they're not perfect. The key to success is consistency, not perfection. You are going to have bad days. You are going to have moments when you fall short. That doesn't mean you are failing. It means you are human. What matters is that you don't quit. If you keep showing up, keep learning, and keep improving, you will get to where you are supposed to be. Progress is built through discipline, resilience, and a willingness to keep going no matter what. Greatness doesn't come from waiting until everything is perfect. It comes from taking action, learning from experience, and getting better every day. If you focus on making progress instead of chasing perfection, you'll achieve more, stress less, and enjoy the journey. The goal isn't to be flawless. The goal is to be better than you were yesterday. The way you talk to yourself matters. Some of you are blocking your blessings not because you are not talented, not because you are not capable, but because you keep speaking negativity over your own life. You tell yourself you are not good enough, not smart enough, not worthy enough, and then you wonder why things aren't working out. The words you say to yourself create the mindset you live with, and that mindset determines how far you'll go. If you want to change your life, start by changing how you speak to yourself. Some of you are waiting for someone else to believe in you before you believe in yourself. But let me tell you something. If you don't believe in yourself, why should anybody else? You have to be your own biggest supporter. You have to wake up every morning and remind yourself that you are capable, you are strong, and you are built for greatness. Stop waiting for outside validation and start giving yourself the encouragement you need. Negative self-talk is one of the biggest killers of potential. Every time you tell yourself, I can't, I'm not good enough, or I'll never make it, you are reinforcing doubt. And when doubt takes over, the action stops. Instead of tearing yourself down, start lifting yourself. Speak confidence, speak faith, speak success. Even if you don't feel it at first, keep saying it until you start believing it. Your words shape your reality, so make sure you are shaping something worth living in. Your mind believes whatever you tell it the most. If you constantly feed it fear, it will find reasons to be afraid. If you feed it excuses, it will always look for a way out. But if you feed it belief, if you tell yourself every day that you have what it takes, that you are qualified, that you are enough, then eventually you'll start acting like it. Your thoughts direct your actions, and your actions shape your future. So it all starts with what you say to yourself. Life will already throw enough challenges your way. You don't need to be your own worst enemy. You have to be intentional about the way you speak. Don't just wait until you are feeling down to encourage yourself. Make it a habit. Speak life over your dreams, over your goals, over your future. Write down affirmations. Look in the mirror and remind yourself who you are and what you are capable of. The more you do it, the more natural it becomes. People will try to tell you what you can and can't do, but their words don't matter nearly as much as yours do. You have the final say on what you believe about yourself. If someone speaks negativity over you, don't accept it. If someone tells you that you are not enough, prove them wrong by refusing to let their words take root in your mind. Guard your self-talk the way you guard your dreams, because both will determine the path you take. Everything great starts with belief. Before you achieve something, you have to first believe that you can. Before you reach a new level, you have to see yourself there. Before you change your circumstances, you have to change your mindset. And it all starts with the words you choose to speak into your own life. Speak greatness, speak victory, speak confidence, and watch how your life starts to shift. Hard work is necessary for success, but hard work alone won't get you where you want to be. Too many people are grinding, pushing, and giving their all, but they are not seeing results because they are not working smart. It's not just about how much effort you put in, it's about making sure that effort is moving you in the right direction. If you are running full speed in the wrong direction, you are just getting further away from your goals. You have to combine discipline with strategy, effort with efficiency, and hustle with wisdom. Some people wear struggle like a badge of honor. They think if they are not exhausted, they are not working hard enough. But success isn't just about how much you sacrifice. It's about what you are getting in return for your work. You can work 16-hour days, but if you are not making progress, all you are doing is burning yourself out. Smart work means making sure every effort is pushing you forward. It means knowing when to pivot, when to adjust, and when to step back and analyze what's working and what's not. Time is one of your most valuable resources, and once it's gone, you can't get it back. If you are spending all your time doing things that don't bring results, you are wasting energy. Smart work is about prioritizing. It's about focusing on the tasks that bring the biggest impact instead of getting caught up in busy work. You have to learn to delegate, to automate, and to eliminate distractions. The goal isn't just to be busy. The goal is to be productive. Success is not just about working harder than everybody else. It's about thinking differently than everybody else. Some of the most successful people in the world don't work the hardest, but they think the sharpest. They know how to spot opportunities, how to maximize their strengths, and how to move strategically. They invest time in learning, in building relationships, and in developing skills that set them apart. Hard work is important, but without the right mindset and approach, it's just wasted energy. Smart work also means understanding balance. Some people think grinding nonstop is the key to success. But if you never rest, you'll burn out before you reach your destination. Your mind and body need recovery. Taking breaks isn't a weakness, it's part of the process. Some of the best ideas come when you step away for a moment. Resting doesn't mean you are slacking. It means you are preparing yourself to work even better when you come back. You also have to work smart when it comes to money. Some people work day and night for a paycheck, but they never learn how to make their money work for them. You can't just work hard, you have to learn about investing, saving, and building wealth. If you don't, you'll always be working just to survive instead of working to create financial freedom. Smart workers don't just earn, they multiply what they earn by making wise decisions. Hard work without direction is just movement without progress. If you want to reach your goals, you have to be intentional. You have to make sure every hour, every decision, and every action is aligned with your vision. Don't just work hard, work with purpose, work with strategy, and work in a way that brings real results. The moment you stop learning is the moment you start falling behind. The world doesn't stop moving, and neither should you. Knowledge is power, and growth is a continuous process. No matter how far you have come or how much you have accomplished, there's always more to learn. The most successful people in the world don't stop once they reach a certain level. They keep pushing, keep growing, and keep expanding their mind. If you are not constantly learning, you are missing out on opportunities to elevate yourself and your life. Learning isn't just about gaining new information. It's about evolving as a person. Every lesson you take in helps you develop the mindset and skills necessary to deal with life's challenges. When you stop learning, you stop adapting. The world changes rapidly, and what worked yesterday may not work today. To stay ahead, you have to keep learning, keep exploring, and keep adjusting to what's new. The ability to learn is the difference between those who succeed long-term and those who get stuck in the past. Education doesn't stop when you leave school. In fact, that's when the real education begins. You have to become a lifelong learner, whether you are reading books, taking courses, listening to podcasts, or learning from the experiences of others. There's always something you can pick up that will take you further in life. Don't let age or experience fool you into thinking you know everything. The best leaders are always the ones who remain open to learning from others, no matter their level of success. You learn the most when you step out of your comfort zone. Growth doesn't happen when you are in the same place doing the same thing. You have to challenge yourself, try new things, and take risks. The failures and mistakes you make along the way are often the best teachers. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, because that's when the real learning happens. Every time you step into the unknown, you give yourself the chance to expand your knowledge and your capabilities. The world is full of opportunities to learn if you are paying attention. You don't have to wait for a classroom or a teacher to show up. Life itself is your greatest teacher. Pay attention to the people around you. Watch how successful people think, how they handle challenges, and how they keep growing. Learn from their experiences and apply those lessons to your journey. You can gain wisdom from anyone, anywhere, and at any time, as long as you are open to it. Learning also means being open to feedback. Don't be so caught up in your perspective that you ignore the advice of others. Whether it's a mentor, a colleague, or even someone you disagree with, their perspective might offer you a valuable lesson. Be willing to listen, take constructive criticism, and use it to improve. Growth doesn't happen in isolation. It happens through connection, feedback, and constantly challenging yourself to be better. The pursuit of knowledge is a never-ending journey. There's always something new to discover, always a new skill to master, always a new lesson to learn. And the more you learn, the more you realize how much you don't know. That's the beauty of it. The more you learn, the more you grow, and the more doors open to you. Keep that hunger for knowledge alive, because as long as you are learning, you are moving forward. Now listen to me. Your mentality is your power. If you change your mind, you can change your life. It isn't going to be easy, but it will be worth it. So get up, get moving, and start building the mentality that will take you to the next level.